once again to the Mode Math and Science. In today's lesson, we'll continue with solving SSCE Maths questions for 2022. I believe after solving this set of questions, we would have revised a lot of topics and it will also open us to further topics to work on. Let's get started with question 7. Question 7 says, a weaver bought a bundle of grass for $50. The cost price is equal to how much? $50. From which he made 8 mats. If each mat was sold for $15, that is, out of the weaver, he made how many mats? 8. And 8 mats was sold for $15. That is, my selling price equals 15 times 8. And 15 times 8 equals $120. Now, if my selling price is $120, my cost price is $50. How much profit did the weaver make? You must abandon the profit of selling price minus what? Cost price. So that his profit will be $120 minus $50. That's how much? $70. If you had banked in $70, now what is his percentage profit? My percentage profit is same thing as your cost price, is same thing as your profit over your cost price times 100 in percentage. So that my percentage profit, he made a profit of $70, he has a cost price of $50. So that his profit at the end of the day is 70 over 50 times 100%. 50 here is 1, 1500 is 2. 2 times 70, that's 140%. So the weaver was able to bag in as much as 140%. Always remember the key things here. Your profit is actually your selling price minus your cost price. Your percentage profit is your profit divided by your cost price times 100. With those nuggets, you should be able to attempt any question of this nature. Let's take a look at question 8. Question 8 is explicit. It's an arithmetic progression. Find the 17th term of the AP. An AP is generally a series with a first term and a difference. Your first term, in this case, the formula says Tn is equal to A plus D into n minus 1, where my n is my nth term. My A is my first term. And my D is obviously my what? Difference. Now, the nth term, in this situation, my first term is what? Is minus 6. So that T of 1 is equal to what? Minus 6. T of 2 is equal to minus 1. T of 3 is equal to 4. Now we are requested to find T of what? 17. My A is the first term, which is minus 6. That's the same thing as your T of 1. And the difference D is the difference between T2 and T1. The difference between T3 and T2. The difference between T4 and T3. Now, one unique thing about arithmetic progression is they have a common difference. The difference between T1 and T2 is the same thing, with the difference between T2 and T3. So that my D here, my D is obviously T1, or sorry, T2 minus T1. If you're careful enough to look at this arithmetic progression, our T1 is equal to minus 6, our T2 is equal to minus 1. So that our T2 minus T1 is equal to minus 1 minus 6. I prefer to put this in a bracket. That's equal to minus 1 minus 6. That becomes plus 6, which is same as what? 5. Let's check between T. We've checked T2 and T1. Let's check between T3 and T2. Our T3 minus T2 is the same thing as 4 minus 1. That's 4 plus 1, which is the same as what? 5. So we've established our difference to be 5. If my difference is 5, obviously my T of 17 becomes, remember the formula says Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. That becomes A is minus 6 plus n minus 1, that becomes 17 minus 1 into the difference of what? 5, which is the same thing as minus 6 plus 17 minus 1, that's 16 into 5. Obviously, we take the bracket first, so that T17 will be the same thing as minus 6 plus 16 times 5, that's 80, that's 73. Oh, sorry, 74. So T17 definitely will be 74. Now, the same mindset, the same principle applies even if you have to look for T of 1000. The series can continue. But as it is, we are only asked to stop at what? 17. Let's see question 9. But before then, if you are new to our channel, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll be telling YouTube and Facebook that you like what we are doing. Hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime we create such videos as this. See you in question 9. M varies directly as n and inversely as the square of p. Obviously, this variation. Now, m varies directly as n, and the same Mr. M is going to vary inversely as what? P. So that m now should vary as m as n over what? P. Let's introduce our constant. M is equals to k n over p. Sorry, it's p squared. P squared, p squared. So that if m is going to be equals to k n over p squared, when n is equals to 3, n is equals to 2, and at the same time p is equals to 1. What is k? Let's get the constants. Then we'll be able to establish a relationship between m, n, and p. When m is equals to 3, is equals to 2k over 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 squared. So I can afford to do away with that in the equation. So that 3 is equals to 2k. This implies that 3 over 2 is equals to what? K. I've divided both sides by 2. Now, if k is equals to 3 over 2, the relationship is established. M is equals to 3n over 2p squared. Please do not forget the square. It is not n over p, but n over p squared. Let's take question 10. Welcome to question 10. This is just substitution in an algebraic equation. But since it's an objective question, I would love you catch time with such questions. There are questions that are very easy and you can use them to buy time. Now, B is equals to minus 7 and A is equals to what? 3. 5B. That's 5 into minus 7 plus A minus 7. 3 minus 7, that's minus 4. Square, that's 16. But for clarity's sake, that's 3 minus 7 all squared all over. Now you're going to do 3 minus minus 7. Be careful with the minus. Here you have minus and you have B to be minus 7. So that everything now here is what? Squared. So here you'll be having 5 times this, that's minus 35. Here we have minus 35 plus 4. That's plus minus 4 all squared over 3 minus, here's minus 7. That becomes plus 7 all squared. That's equals to minus 35 plus, because this is minus 4 squared, that's plus 16 over 10 all squared, that's 100. 3 plus 7 is 10, 10 times 10 is 100. Minus 35 plus 16. That should come in the negative. That should be minus 19. Hope I'm not mistaken. Minus 19 over 100. Now, so all you need to do is do your substitutions, but be careful with the negative sign. If you make a mistake here and you are doing 3 minus 7, or you're doing 3 plus 7, you get it all wrong. Please mind your signs. They are very important. Let's take question. Welcome to question 10. Question 10 is a simple ratio question. The question says that the boys shared 10,500 in the ratio 6, 7, and 8. Find the largest share. Obviously, if I'm given a ratio of 6 to 7 and to 8, 8 is the largest share. But let's understand the concept of ratio. In the concept of ratio, if I'm to share 3 oranges and mix 3 boys equally, remember that each of them should get 1, 1, 1. If I'm to share 6 oranges and mix 2 boys equally, each of them should get 2. Each of them should get 3 and 3. Now, but if I'm to share 6 oranges and mix 2 boys in the ratio 2 to 4, that means somebody is getting more than the other. The guy with the highest share is 4, and the guy with the lowest share is what? Is 2. The same concept. Here I am dividing 10,000 amount to be divided. That's 10,500. I am going to divide in the ratio 6, 7, and 8, such that somebody gets the highest. And what will he get? He gets 8. What is the total? 6 plus 7, that's 13. 13 plus 8, that's 21. That means I am representing everything I have here in 21 places. I am going to divide the whole 10,500 into 21 places and pack 8 for somebody. I'm going to pack 7 for somebody, and I'm going to pack 6 for someone. Let's go ahead. Since I have 21 and I'm dividing 21 into how many places? 8. I'm dividing 10,005 into 21 places. I'm doing 10,500. Let's say each division equals 10,500 over 21. 10,500 over 21. 7 here is 3. 7 in 10 is 1. I have 3. I have 5. 7 in 35 is 5. Here is 0. 3 here is 1. 3 here is 500. So each of my places, each portion is 500. If you are yet to hit my subscribe button, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and tell YouTube you love what we're doing. If each place is 500, who gets the highest? I have divided it into 21 places, each of them having a unit of 500. The one with the highest is going to go with 8 of 500. And the one with the lowest will go with 6 of 500. So that if the one with the highest is going to go with 8 of 500, that means my highest will go with 500 times what? 8. That's 4,000. The guy with 4,000 gets the highest. Now let's verify we are right. Or, before we do that, because this is an objective, I don't expect you to go through all this in an objective question. The simple thing I expect you to do in an objective question is quickly, I'm looking for the highest, that's 8. Pick your 8 over 21 times 10,500. Quite easily done. 21 here like we have seen is 1. 21 like we have seen here is what? 500. 8 times 500, that's what? 4,000. That's all this is an objective question. Now, but if we want to verify we are right, you have some extra time in the exam hall, and you want to see if you are right. Find who gets the lowest, find who gets 7. The guy with 500, the guy with 8 got 4,000. The guy with 7 will definitely get 7 over 21 times 10,500. 21 here I've done 500 times 7, that's 3, 5. The guy with 6 should get 6 over 21 times 10,500. 21 here is 1, 21 here is what? 500. Times 6, that's 3,000. Now, for me to be sure I am right, I must sum up my 4,000 plus 3,500 plus 3,000. It must give me what? 10,500. 4,000 plus 3,500 plus 3,000. Yes, 500. And yes, 4 plus 3, 7 plus 3, 10. 10,500. So with that, I'm convinced I am right. But don't forget, the easiest way out in an objective question is do your 8 over 21 times 10 over 5. Welcome to question 12. In question 12, this is quite similar to our profit and loss question we treated, I think, in question 8. Either question 8 or 7. But a little bit different. It's still asking for percentage error, percentage difference, and the length of a piece of stick is 1.75 meters. A boy measured it as 1.8. Find the percentage error. Actual length. .75 meters. My assumed length. .80 meters. Now the error will come from your assumed length minus your what? Actual length, which is 1.8 minus 1.75 meters. Now at this point, I want to show you likely errors you can make in your exam hall. Guide against them. If I'm subtracting 1.8, I'm subtracting 1.75 from 1.8. Don't make a mistake to subtract this and quickly conclude that this is 0.5 meters, which is what so many students will already do in an exam hall. Rather, arrange it properly so that 1 moves here, that's 1. 10 minus 5, that's 5. I'm left with what? 7. Here I have what? 0. 1 here, 0. So my answer is not 0.5 meters. My answer is 0.05 meters. Now my percentage error will be equals to 0.05 meters over 1.75, which is the actual length, times 100. 0.05 over 1.75 times 100. Now let's treat the decimal. When I have decimals like this, I prefer to move the points one after the other. How do I mean? This is 0.0. Move it the first time. You move this to the first time. Move this the second place. You move this the second place. At the end of the day, I'm left with 5 over 175 times 100. 5 here is 1. 5 here in 7, I should have 3. 5 here in 25, I should have 5. 5 here is 7. 5 here is what? 20. So I should have 20 over 7%. That's same thing as 20. 7 in 20, that's the same thing as 2. 6 over 7%. With that, you've seen how to treat such questions. Observe your decimals. Do not forget to observe your decimals. Ensure you move your points rightly so that you don't make little mistakes. These are what your examiners are out to test. They are out to see how much of the decimals you understand, how much of them can you add together, how do you treat them when you are multiplying them, how do you treat them when you are dividing them. There are little things examiners are always out to test. Let's get to question 13. Welcome to question 13. Question 13 is a little bit different. In question 13, you need to be familiar with completing the square method, quadratic equations, difference of two squares. You need to be familiar with this. Now, if you have seen this, x plus y into x minus y. Obviously, you know that x plus y into x minus y, if you are familiar with it, you know it should result to x squared minus y squared. Ask me how. How? X plus y into x minus y. The same thing as, I'll pick x minus y, plus y, x minus y. This obviously should result to x squared minus xy plus xy minus y squared. This and this give way for each other, and I'm left with x squared minus y squared. Now if you look at it carefully, you see that this is x, this is x, this is y, this is y. I have a plus here, I have a minus here. So that if you come close to our equation in question 13, the first equation says 5x plus 3y is equals to 4. The second equation says 5x minus 3y is equals to 2. Now if you look at it carefully, see that this is our x and at the same time this is our y. Here you have your minus, here you have your plus. We are now asked to evaluate 25x squared minus 9y squared. Look at it carefully. 5x raised to power 2 will be 25x squared. 3y raised to power 2 will be 9y squared. And I have a minus. The same thing that happened here. So what should I do? In place of x plus y, x minus y, I can easily summarize that my 25x squared minus 9y squared is the same thing as 5x plus 3y into 5x minus 3y. If you expand this, you definitely get this. And already we've been told that 5x plus 3y is equals to 4 and 5x minus 3y is equals to what? 2. So that 25x squared minus 9y squared is equals to 4 times 2, which is equals to 8. Quite easily done. If you're used to solving difference of two square completing the square method, easily you know that you just multiply 4 by 2 and the answer is 8. It should take less than 30 seconds. Now, but such questions need practice. You could get your new general mathematics, you could get another textbook, a lot of other math textbooks. I would not want to recommend math textbooks at this point. I do not have an affiliation with any of them. Any math textbook, get a lot of them and lay your hands on them and do more of practice. That way you get used to such questions. Let's see question 14, and that will be the question. 14 is another walkover. Mary has $3 more than Ben, but $5 less than Jane. If Mary has X, how much does Jane and Ben have all together? Now we've been told that Mary has what? X. Mary is equals to X. How much does Ben have? Mary has $3 more than Ben. Let's start with Mary. Mary is X. That means Mary has $3 more than Ben. That X is equals to Ben. Let's call Ben B. Plus 3. So that if X is equals to B plus 3, obviously X minus 3 is equals to what? B. Subtracting 3 from both sides. But $5 less than Jane. That is, Mary still has X. Mary, her X is, but $5 less than Jane. Let's call Jane J. Minus 5. That implies that X plus 5 is equals to what? J. How much does Ben and Jane have all together? Sum up your J and your B. So that J plus B will be equals to X minus 3 plus X plus 5, which is equals to 2X plus 2. You collect like terms, and minus 3 plus 5, that's plus 2, x plus x, that's 2x. 2x plus 2. With that, we've come to the end of today's session. In our next session, we'll continue solving questions from SSCE 2022 Mathematics. Please, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do endeavor to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be sure to get our videos anytime we create such videos as this. And you'll be telling YouTube you love what we're doing. See you in our next class.